Yes, traders, how are you guys doing? How is life and how are you guys, coping with this with the August trading and whatsoever you wanna call it? So guys, I want to make a confession today. I want to make a very good confession and I want to be realistic and also be, truthful. In my life, I have never done something so hard like trading. I have done some things that are hard, but trading is one of the most hardest things I've ever seen in life. Um, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot, you know, in my life right now. What I'm doing right now is sustaining my life, but not much. It's just sustaining my life when I'm, feed myself, pay NEPA bill, and also, just like that. There is I don't even have much money to even say I want to send someone money. Not even someone, even my mom. Send my brother's money. You know, there's nothing like that. I'm just struggling here and there, here and there. There's a lot of things that I sometimes I wish to do, but I cut them off because of my situation, because of the life currently that I'm living, because there's a lot. When you come from a place whereby you have to do everything on your own, life is very difficult, you get, and there is no blueprint, there is nobody who is there to, you know, has done something great that you have to, they just need to, you need to follow up how they have done it, you don't have someone physically to, so it becomes so hard, becomes so hard for, for me right now. And as you can see, I'm trying my best, doing the little money that I used to have. I used to do something, do this one. Last month I tried my best. You could see that I was talking about a profile. I bought a profile account of $8,000, 8,000 K profile. And, I'm working on myself, doing some things, but guys, the result is not coming out the way I want. And, at some time it's a bit kind of like frustrating, but I know I used to calm myself down, bring myself down, but at the same time again it affects me, it's affecting me in other ways of my life a lot. And I just feel like, trading is trading is worth it, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult to get to that level. You really need to sacrifice more for you to get to that level that you want to get to. And I'm seeing myself where, there's a lot of things, you can even see on my video, on this video that my screen is not, my camera is not sharp. I should tell you that even the phone I'm using right now, currently the phone is not, the camera is not that sharp much, so it's not even sharp at all. So guys, let me talk about, let's talk about, life in general, because I'm not yet a successful person for me to be advising you. I'm not in a place to advise anybody. I'm just, just a guy who is trying to figure out to do something better of my life, and also, so I'm not that person who to advise you on anything. We can debate on something, we can talk on something, we can, try to, have a conversation as my followers or as my friends, you know, because for me personally, I don't feel like I am in the position to advise anybody right now, because I have not achieved something tangible for me to tell somebody this is what you have to do, this is how you have to do about, I have no blueprint, you get me? If I have to advise somebody, I need to get to some level in life before I advise person, where I can share my story, share how things is going with me, how life is going with me in general. And life has not been easy, you get me? I've tried my best, And if I say I want to start to narrate my story, I don't want to talk about that now. Maybe some days I'll bring out my story, the real story of my life, and all of those things, right? So, as you all know, this month I told you guys that I will not be trading in this month regularly, but I did not keep to that promise. I traded, and to be honest with you, the account is going well. You get me? But this week, the account has gone down dramatically. From plus that I was dramatically, it has come down dramatically. But still, we are still on plus. So, the thing here is that people come across, people talk about life, people talk about how to succeed, people talk about this is what you have to do and that is what you have to do, this is how you have to follow, this is this, you need this, you need it, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that. You understand? There's a lot of information everywhere that people tell you do this, do that, do this, do that. If you want to do this, you want to get this, you want to be successful, you want to get rich. There's a lot of information. But the thing here is that foundation of your life really matters a lot, and where you come from really matter a lot in the world we are in today. I don't want anyone to deceive you. Things don't just happen. Things happen for a reason, and it happened for a reason, and you have to be, to put in the work and do what you have to do, because at the end of the day, everything happens for a reason. That is just it. So there's a lot of information. People tend to tell you this, but according to who you are, you have to really read yourself. Where am I coming from? How is life with me? How can I do this? If I take up 200,000 naira to do something like this, where am I going to land? Where am I going to be? I know where people are. Even me, I don't have anything, so I know what is it, man. I know how it is here. Because there are some people who they can't even boast of any amount of money, right? They can't boast of any amount of money because of the situation and a lot of things. And then you see someone just come and tell you need to do this, and you start imagining how can you do this and how can you do that or whatsoever, and all of that. And there is a big difference when you were just coming up and then you see some people doing something and you follow that footstep. You understand? And someone who is doing something else and they now feel like what I'm doing now is not sustaining the way I want. I need to find something else, So it's going to be like a very difficult thing for you. You need to adapt to the system, you need to understand how it works. There's a lot that you need to learn before you even start seeing a little bit progress in it. And then that is really working. And then from there, when you now pass through all of those things, you now try to understand who you are, how what suits your personality for you to do this or do that, and from there you have to figure out all of those things. So coming back to trading again, at some level of trading, you have to choose the path you want. Is it swing trading? Is it scalping? Is it day trading? But the thing here is where some people some kind of misunderstanding about this thing is that before you can even identify what trading suits your personality, you have to understand all of the three. You have to understand the swing, you have to understand the scalp, you have to understand the day trading, you have to understand these three factors before you now even think of like choosing the one that is your path. It's not like when you go to day trading, you lose. You feel like no, this one is not for me.